Welcome back everyone, and today we'll be doing a review of the JND Studios Wonder Woman 1/3 scale hyperreal statue of actress Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. As you can see, this package had a little bit of bumps and bruises. I was worried at first, but fortunately JND did package it very well, even with that gouge on the side of that box. Fortunately, there's a lot of styrofoam inside that actually protected the actual art box inside. Um, Pretty straightforward. Shipping was extremely fast. It shipped from Korea on the 27th and arrived to Seattle on the 30th. So thank you JND and FedEx for getting this shipped and arrived so quickly. After starting to remove some of the boxes and the styrofoam, here you see the actual inside box. Again, nicely packed, fortunately, very fortunately. It does have a kind of a simple, understated gold kind of foil cover. The little kind of lines you see there are just from the styrofoam. Fortunately, I'm just going to keep it in the box for right now. It does, of course, come with the plaque. There have been 700 made, and I have number 297. This plaque is similar to the first one that came with the first product that they released, the Joaquin Phoenix Joker. After removing that first layer of styrofoam, you see Gal Gadot, the 1/3 statue, the main body and legs, wrapped very well. Packaged, cared, and fortunately, no damage. Here is the base itself, along with some of the smaller ancillary pieces, such as the front chest plate, back chest plate, and the lasso. And of course, look again at the actual base. Does have a good weighty feel to it. That piece right there in my hand is actually the back armor piece. There was a little bit of leftover glue that did affix itself to the end, which is a little annoying, but nothing that I can't, either smudge or rub off with my fingers. The next piece that you'll see will act there again, as you can see that back plate. It is made out of plastic with a magnet affixed to the back. Next, a quick little view, that is the front chest plate, and last but not least, the lasso. And again, here are all the pieces out that's in that bottom layer. Taking a look at that back armor piece, you can see the little schmutz down at the bottom for that leftover glue. Here is the front eagle armor, or the eagle emblem I should say, that fixes to the front via magnets. And the base, which is nicely understated, fits very well inside a detolf. So fortunately, you don't have to buy any extra cases. Taking a closer look at the actual styrofoam with the body, you get the main body itself, both legs. One leg does have a magnet on the foot, while the other does have a foot peg. Fortunately, the magnets on the main body are very strong and very well done. As you can see there, that's the large magnet. Again, this statue is primarily made out of polystone, with of course some plastic pieces. Each leg and the main body is wrapped under with that I guess almost like a fine soft cloth, which prevents any abrasions or scratches, so I am glad JND did do that. There is the peg that affixes to the foot, so you can put it to the base. Do apologize for some of that static cling schmutz with the styrofoam, but it is what it is. Here is the left shoulder plate, also may affix via peg and magnet as well. And each of the armor pieces are also detailed with left and right as far as L or R to tell you which piece goes where, nicely labeled. Again, those are made out of plastic. Here is the right shoulder armor, and this is the first chink in the actual armor of the piece, pun intended, as unfortunately the magnets on both that shoulder armor and the body are reversed, so they actually repel each other instead of attracting and affixing. Taking a closer look at the body, you can see it's very well painted, has a nice sheen and reflection to it. The color of the armor does reflect light very well and adjusts to the different kinds of light. What surprised me was that the hands are actually made out of silicone, along with the, of course, same material for the wrap gauntlet piece. This is the base. It is, well, as I've heard, that it's actually much lighter than the base that was on the Joaquin Phoenix piece. I can't say, as I don't have that piece, but I will say it does have a good, solid quality weight to it. I do like how JND has a very kind of understated, simple, very museum quality piece to their statue where, it's nice to have that base, but it really doesn't take away or detract from the attention of the actual statue itself. I'm not sure what kind of, if it's real marble or faux marble, but it does feel and look really nice. And here is the figure itself attached with both legs to the main body. I haven't removed the plastic wrap, which basically helps to protect the silicone head itself. Again, with the rooted hair, the glass eyes, there's even hair on her eyelashes. Her eyebrows are painted. Taking a kind of an overall look, very well done. It's a mixture of indoor warm lighting and, of course, the brighter, cool lighting from the sunlight outside. I love the pose. It's got a great kind of a kinetic feel where she's almost ready to act. And here is, again, that right shoulder armor, which is slightly annoying that I did ask JND for help, so I'm hoping JND, please reach out. I've reached out to both your message and also on Facebook. As you can see, I'm trying to fix the shoulder armor, but since the magnets are reversed as far as polarity, they actually repel each other and it won't stay on. But when it does work correctly, like the one on the left shoulder, it is very, very, very secure. I'm hoping against hope that they could send me another piece. Fingers crossed, still waiting for a response. Of course, it's only been a day. Here is the lasso that affixes also via magnet. Fortunately, this one, the magnet is correct. The rope has a nice, the golden lasso of truth has a nice feel to it. Again, trying to wipe some of that styrofoam away. I definitely will have to, dust the figure only because of the styrofoam dust. Possibly even from customs checking or checking the product as well. And that's maybe how it got dusty. Overall, the paint is very well done. There is one dust print that I did see. Another look with that wrap removed, and the likeness of Gal Gadot is amazing. Now here is the statue basically fully on the base. Again, the only piece that is missing or it's not affixed to the statue is that right shoulder armor. Fortunately, the hair does cover quite a bit, and the way it's going to be placed in the detail, unless you really know what you're looking for, it's not easily noticeable. As you can see here, the left shoulder armor has a nice presentation to it, and that right, it looks like it's just hidden by her hair. So fingers crossed I can get that fixed soon. The likeness is very well done. The paint on the figure itself, especially that silicone head, JND has done a much better job. I think it also does reflect how the statue and the silicone skin can look different in a lot of variety of lighting conditions. This is primarily lit by the windows from the outside sunlight, natural light coming in, so it's definitely a cooler kind of a night light source. I did turn on the inside light as well, so there is going to be some glints of that warmer light with the windows drawn, and just of course that if you do have warm light bulbs, her skin tone does have more of a darker texture as far as color. Looking up close to the figure itself, you'll actually be able to see, especially when you look at the face, a lot of the kind of the different textures on the skin that, while looking far away or just from a, kind of an iPhone type lens distance, you don't really see from the naked eye. There, I am pointing out that I did notice there was a small dust mite or a dust particle that unfortunately got trapped during the painting process. Fortunately, 99% of the statue is dust free. There was that one piece, and again, I only saw it because it was zoomed in on my iPhone camera. The armor is amazingly and very well done. Thinking that only it's gold that it wouldn't really stand out as much. But once you have it in hand, the different pieces and the different ways it was layered really stand out once you have the piece. Now you can feel every piece of that under bodysuit there is actually textured. Again, kind of pointing out the detail of that silicone hand, along especially with that fingernail, painted very well. I kind of wish they did an actual leather wrap, but I probably would have been a little tougher and a bit probably more expensive if they added to the cost of the statue. That piece there is plastic for the chest armor, affixed by a magnet, along of course with the left shoulder piece as well. There you see of course the golden lasso of truth, hangs very well thanks to that magnetic latch that fixes onto the pelvis armor. Great shot of the boots, very well done again. It's hard to really say anything more than the overall paint, the quality, I think easily matches and surpasses, I think, the prototype. At least as far as once you have it in hand. I can definitely see in some pictures, depending on how the lighting is, it does have a hard time to, it doesn't come across as easily is what I meant to say. But I am very glad to have this in hand. I didn't futz around with the hair too much. It is very well done. I can't even imagine trying to hole punch every piece of hair in a 1/3 scale statue. Again, taking a look again at that right shoulder armor, it did vex me a bit. Again, it is the right shoulder armor as you can see there by the actual notation of the R. Again, that magnet, I think I'm going to have to use like an X-Acto knife or something to try to pry it loose just so I can maybe switch the magnet polarity if I don't get a response from JND. Still hoping, fingers crossed. Here's a shot of the back of the figure. And as you can see, as like the front, very well detailed. The sculpt details, a different layering of both the plate pieces and then the kind of get skin tight, almost male chain-like armor still shows up very well. Again, the painting is very well done. Since it is more of a plate armor, it does actually, I think in my opinion, actually is painted better than my half-scale Aquaman. But then again, the paint on the armor style is different. Aquaman's armor is really meant to be more like chainmail versus Wonder Woman's outer armor like this, where it's more plate mail. So there is a little difference in regards to the type of material it's trying to represent. Other than that, though, very well done. The hair, as you'll see in a second, I'll focus that out again, is also, again, just very well done. I can't believe it's, somebody took the time, or groups of our team took the time to root everything. The hair and design team that they've hired and built up, definitely worth the investment. From at least the videos that I've seen of the Joaquin Phoenix, that one, the hair was a little lackluster. Definitely seeing the improvement from that first product to this being only their second product. The increase in quality is amazing, and I hope they continue with that trend, moving with each piece. I do like the fact that the president of the company is also a fellow collector, and definitely it seems the whole team takes pride in their products. So I'm also very glad for that. Again, you can see that the plate armor is actually so reflective that you could actually see my silhouette reflected onto the armor itself. The statue has a nice, quiet, regal presence. Very well done. A slightly closer look of the face sculpt. Soo Young did an amazing job. Definitely probably one of her best Gal Gadot likenesses to date. Some closer shots of the armor again. And what I do love also about the armor, which I probably didn't mention, is that I'm glad that they moved forward with more of a gold color versus the warmer red, kind of a reddish, I get orange gold that was in the promo pictures. I think this was the right choice. It still can have that warmer color, you just have to have more of an indoor warm light. So I am glad that they went with this color. And here it is in the detail. and it fits very well. I then put it at the base because the statue does have some decent weight to it. It's at least about 35 pounds. I do not recommend putting it on the glass shelf. Taking again a look at the statue, it's an amazing piece. I'm glad that JND Studios stepped up their game. Definitely has made me a believer. This is my first piece through them. Taking a quick kind of look around at the statue itself, I am looking forward to their next pieces. Next one would be the third scale Joker, then Catwoman, and then Harley Quinn next year. I am hoping that Queen Studios will release a half-scale Wonder Woman, Batfleck, and Henry Cavill Superman, so that could match my Aquaman half-scale. But for folks that were able to pre-order it, or if you are able to find it, again, they only made 700 of these in the world. And I think JND Studios made the right choice. Keeping this at a good small size while keeping the price low. The price probably would have been a lot more if they went with her natural comic book version armor, just because of all the exposed skin and silicone. I think that would have raised the price, or they would have had to increase the edition size like they did with Harley Quinn in order to keep the price at a fairly decent level. Thank you, JND Studios, and everyone. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, please comment. Appreciate everybody watching, and God bless.